What's good, everybody? It's Gentleman Jugg.
And son,
Welcome to the Gentleman Juggcast. I think this is episode 30.
30 whole episodes,
That's right. We've been doing it
30 weeks.
roughly. Yeah. I mean, there have been a couple times where, well, I'd say one time where we missed a week,
Yeah,
but 30. So,
30.
hey. So,
Longer than a CW season.
well, at least one seat. Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Um, so we got another movie to talk about this week, boy. What movie is that?
Fantastic Four. The first one.
The one that came out in 2005. Okay, now I'm real excited to talk about this one. But first, we got to talk about something else.
World Wrestling.
All right. So,
Well, I'll take you to Monday Night Raw.
take me there.
I'll take you there. So on Monday Night Raw, last week's Monday Night Raw,
hmm
obviously we had more stuff with Drew McIntyre and Big E.
Yeah, look, I'm sure that thing is going to happen, but I don't think Big E's going to lose the title.
No. All that really happened was that Big E accidentally hit Drew McIntyre and it somehow busted him open.
Yeah, I don't know when that took place. I just remember seeing him have, show color.
It's just
So,
funny. He just got all that happened. He just got pushed into him, and then all of a sudden, Drew's on the ground. Oh my gosh!
yeah. yeah, I mean, it was a shock. I'm not saying it wasn't a shock. I didn't see it coming.
Nope. And then Drew's like, "All right, I'm mad now," and they started beating each other up, and then he Claymored Big E down, and that's kind of how that ended.
I mean, like, you have to remember, like, the story is that Roman Reigns told the Usos, "Hey, I need you to go to Raw and cause some problems," and he did.
Yeah,
That's what they did. So they did what they had to do, and I was all for it. I was like, it's cool.
it's cool to see the Usos. They're like, "Yeah, Roman told us to be here."
Yeah, so I'm happy with that.
I'm like, yeah, I can see the bloodline actually going to other shows.
Well, at least this time, because I'm pretty sure when the draft fully goes underway, which is going to be right after Crown Jewel this Thursday.
They'll just be on SmackDown.
I think they'll just be on SmackDown, and then that's all you get.
I feel like it might have been cool if maybe they like. I don't know if it's dumb or not, but I'm just thinking, what if they showed up on NXT for an episode, like just the Usos?
I mean, I'm not going to be upset. I'll probably bring some publicity to that show.
Yeah,
I mean, in all actuality, for me, NXT is it's not the show that I would like it to be. In all honesty, I really would like NXT to be about as equal as Raw and SmackDown,
yeah.
in my opinion. I understand that's where people who need to, develop go. I get that. Back in the day, that used to be what OVW was for. It's where you got, cats like John Cena and Batista and Randy Orton,
Mm-hmm.
even I believe also Brock Lesnar, came from OVW as well, where they go and learn how to do shit, and then they come back, and then they're ready to go. They know how to do it the WWE way.
And was FCW for Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% certain on them, but they know how to wrestle the WWE way, so we just go from there.
Yeah,
But I mean, look, it's all good. Um, I'm kind of digging the Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, and Becky Lynch thing going on. I like that a
yeah,
lot. Um, it's actually very compelling.
it is.
Um, Last week's SmackDown was great.
It was.
I enjoyed the hell out of it, especially the fact that I don't know what the hell is going on. Let me start off by saying this. I think I told you this the other day. I don't like talking to you that much during. I don't like talking to you, boy. Because we always try to save everything for the podcast or what we're going to talk about. And one thing that I said to you was that I don't really watch AEW that much. I've seen a couple of episodes here and there. Does not bother me. I think it's cool, but I'm glad they exist.
Yeah.
I am so glad they exist because it's forced WWE into a corner where like they actually have a legitimate threat.
So they actually have to
They
try.
actually have to try, and the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar thing fucking is great. I'm not quite fully coming around on the Goldberg and Robert Lashley. Not quite coming together on that.
As I call him, Cobra Bubbles.
What?
Cobra Bubbles from
Cobra Bubbles.
yeah, from Leo and Stitch. He looks like that character. I told you about
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
that's right. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, but also like the like I said, the Becky, Bianca, and Sasha Banks thing, that's fucking fantastic. Um not Sasha Banks, I'm sorry, Charlotte Flair is kind of getting in the middle on that. Matter of fact, on Monday Night Raw, this past Monday Night Raw, you know, I saw Bianca Belair fight Charlotte. It
Yeah,
was a great match.
it was.
And last week when freaking Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks fought, that was a great match.
Yeah.
I was like, this is awesome. Matches are getting better on in WWE.
Hmm.
Um, and it's just all around just great. And I have to say thank you to AEW because my favorite medium is WWE.
Yeah.
It was WWF when I was a kid, WWE now. Look, I watched WCW, but never to the extent that I watched WWF, you know. And I mean, nobody really thought that freaking, TNA or Impact Wrestling or, Ring of Honor was gonna do shit to
Yeah.
put a dent in WWE. It's just more avenues for other wrestlers to actually,
Start.
yeah, to go start, go, learn how to do the tricks of the trade and things like that.
And then there's AEW.
Yeah, and then there's AEW that kind of came in, like I don't want to say out of nowhere, but it's like that Sony, PlayStation, Nintendo thing. You
Yeah.
pissed off somebody enough to where he's like, I'm gonna go do my own, and he did it, and now it's like really fucking with WWE, and I love it, and so it just forces WWE to make my shit better.
It's like at least SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean they started on the SmackDown level. Raw was absolutely god awful most of this year and last year.
But it's like now it's starting to get better.
It seems like it's getting better. I hope it continues to get better.
I don't want what we had last year and like most of this year where it was just awful. Just no.
And like I said, I'm a fanboy of WWE. I love it, but I can be swayed because, you know, if the status quo wasn't like make our shit good, then I would definitely be out of wanting to watch WWE. And I didn't watch it for a long time, until you told me that you were watching it. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, something we can do together.
Well, the thing
Awesome.
is, I started watching because of The Fiend. That's why I started watching again.
Was that when you started watching? I thought it was way before that.
No, I watched way before that, but then I stopped like you did.
Oh.
And then I started watching because of The Fiend. I'm like, that looks cool. I want to see what that is. And I'm like, oh, and then I realized, oh, I'm watching the whole show now. I was like, I'm just going to watch the YouTube clips. Now I'm watching the whole show. Now I'm watching all the pay-per-views.
I mean, I watch the show because, like I say, I'm a sucker for entrances. I like watching the entrances. I don't know if how many other people like to watch them, but I like to watch them. So,
I do. It's just sometimes I don't really have time to watch the full show, so I have to stick to YouTube. Like for SmackDown, because it doesn't come on till like Sunday on Hulu. So it's like I have to watch YouTube for that. For Raw, I can watch the full show.
yeah, I don't know. They're kind of fucking up there on Hulu, with that. Like, you'll watch Monday Night Raw the day, like on Tuesday, which is fine. I expect that.
Yeah.
But then, like, Friday Night SmackDown comes on and you can't watch the freaking thing until Sunday. So if I haven't watched, SmackDown until freaking, Sunday morning, that means I spent a whole day watching wrestling if there's a pay per view on,
Yep.
and that really fucks my onions, boy.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Um, Put it out on Saturday, you fucking asshole.
It's like if Raw can be on the next day, then so can SmackDown.
I know.
And SmackDown used to be on Saturdays, and they moved to Sundays.
I don't know why they did that. I used to watch it on Saturdays. I remember that, watching it on Saturday morning. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now, when the pay-per-view comes out tomorrow, then I can watch it. Now it's like pay-per-view comes out the same day I've watched SmackDown, because I don't like to watch it on YouTube. I'm a sucker for entrances. I'm not going to watch it twice. So,
Yeah.
But whatever. What else you got?
Well, I guess there was all the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar stuff where, he just signs it without even reading the contract, and everyone's like, "You big dumb farmer."
Look, like I said, I like the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman stuff. I like it. It's I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in on SmackDown, and I like that. Now, I don't think that Roman Reigns is going to lose his title. I don't think that's going to happen here.
He's got to fight The Rock first.
Like they keep on freaking pushing the whole, they keep pushing the whole thing, like, Roman Reigns is still chasing that number that Brock Lesnar had, and I think they're going to let Roman Reigns actually get that, because he's there and he's going to be there. And Brock Lesnar, he's always contracted for like a few appearances here and there.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to win. Now, I mean, WWE has fucked me over before, where they let Brock Lesnar win and then be gone for like months, to where, like, one of the secondary titles, IC or United States title, becomes the main title.
Yeah, that's what happened like a while ago.
Yeah, and that shit really pisses me off. I don't like that. I want to see the Universal Champion or WWE Champion, or World Champion, as a lot of people have been so keen to tell me that that's the one that they like the most. But look, I don't give a fuck. Your preference is your preference. I don't care. You like the big gold belt? Fine. It's not my favorite belt.
I like the big blue belt.
I don't really like that one either. I mean, like, they have to have something. I mean, they didn't have to color code a belt, but I mean,
I think it looks good on Roman Reigns anyway.
It's fine for the time being, and but I mean, I'm not a fan of the big, look, I like belts. I do. My favorite belt's gonna always be that freaking, the Attitude Era belt, the gold wing.
Mm-hmm.
That's my jam. That's the belt I like. That's the belt that I identify with the most. I don't mind that belts change and shit like that. A lot of people like the Undisputed Championship belt, which is fine. Doesn't bother me.
I like the old IC title.
I don't know. I mean, like, look, I'm like a victim of I like things to be the same.
Yeah.
Like, if it were up to me, all the belts would look the same. Like the WWE belt. I mean, it wouldn't look like this. It'd probably still be the fucking gold wing belt, probably, in my opinion. But the Universal Championship belt would be a gold wing belt that looks the exact same, just different colors.
Yeah.
And then the freaking United States Championship belt would look, I'm sorry, the IC belt would look like the vintage version from what the hell, the Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
And the United States champion would look just like it, but in United States colors.
Yeah.
And of course the women's belt would look like the gold wing belt, but just smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, tag team belts to me should look like gold wing belts, but just, different colors.
Yeah.
You get two of them. But that's me. That's what I would do. And this is the reason probably why I'm not in WWE, but that's what I'd like. I want everybody to have a gold wing belt. You all get one, So, but what else you got, boy?
Let me think. There was the I guess they're still teasing Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, they got to do something, right?
Yeah. Also, like, when's the Intercontinental title going to be defended again?
I don't know. I can tell you this. I'm getting damn tired of, Shinsuke Nakamura coming out and they just playing his music.
And he's out here with
and
Richard.
Then he comes out with Rick Boogs. It's English. Rick Boogs. Okay. I'm getting sick and tired of them just coming out and playing music
and dancing on the
and
table.
dancing, and then they just leave.
All I know is that every time he's like Rick Boo's like, yeah, and then he like plays the guitar, and
They come out and they dance.
They just dance next to Pat McAfee.
It's like, look, I don't hate Shinsuke Nakamura's music. I like it. I actually do. If I was in the crowd, I'd be singing the song too. I'm not saying that is bad, and I like it all, but I would like to see some challenging for the IC title, and for some reason on Raw,
the U.S. title hasn't been challenged.
Well, that's because I would say that's because Damian Priest is elsewhere. I don't know where he is, but he sure as hell ain't at WWE.
He found he found the place where all those disappeared wrestlers on Raw go to.
I don't know. And then Shinsuke Nakamura just hangs out there and just comes out. It's like, I need to let them know that I'm still here.
I think they're just like, yeah, like, I gotta let you guys know I'm still here. Don't forget about me. They just haven't done anything yet.
I don't know. It bothers me a lot. It bothers me a whole lot. I want to see them do stuff, and they're not doing stuff with those two belts. So that's made the Universal Champion and WWE Championship belt a lot more
prestige.
Yeah, a lot more prestigious and a lot more popular.
Even
because they're getting jobs done there.
Even the women's titles are more popular in prestige.
Yeah, except for the women's tag title. I don't know who has those. Is it still Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH?
I don't know.
I think it is. I haven't seen them in a while, so I think it is. I heard Rhea Ripley lost her luggage, and it had her in-ring gear and her title belt.
Uh-oh.
So she lost a belt.
Oh.
So I mean, look, it's not like WWE will not, give her another belt.
Yeah.
All right, they'll give her another belt. It's fine. They make their belts. Okay. But still, I heard that she had to wear Damian Priest stuff. It's the rumor. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is.
Maybe that's why Damian Priest wasn't on the show.
Hey, because she's got his in-ring gear.
Yeah. He's like, what am I supposed to do?
I know. She comes out looking like me and shit, but that's what I heard. I don't know how true that is. It could be not true at all, but I do know. I've seen on a lot of news sites that she has lost her in-ring gear though, and that right there seems to be true, and her belt. But other than that, though, it's like,
it's all right. I didn't really care about those titles.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are they? The last time that I actually enjoyed those titles was actually seeing, Bailey and Sasha Banks have them.
Yeah.
That's the last time that I thought they were cool. I was like, this is awesome.
When they were the role models.
Yeah. I was perfectly fine with it.
They even went to NXT to defend it.
I was perfectly fine with it. And since they've lost it, I thought we're going to have some shit. And I couldn't be further from the truth.
No, Mike. So there's a reason why they had the tag titles for so long. But then after they lose, like, they had them for a while, but like, you actually cared about what was happening with it. But now, like, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
It doesn't make any difference to me.
I also remember seeing them fight many different teams too with their titles, if I'm correct. Or if they didn't fight, they at least made the titles interesting somehow.
Yeah. But other than that, though, I don't know. I don't really care who's, women's tag team champions right now. I think they should have gotten rid of it, but whatever. I don't think they're going to get rid of it, or at least until they figure out what to do with it.
Even NXT doesn't care about those titles. They're like, we'll just make our own.
Yeah. Other than that, though, what else you got? Nothing.
I think we're done with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, Crown Jewel comes on in like a couple of days. It's supposed to be on noon. What is it, Eastern? So that'll be like what, like 3 p.m. for us.
Yeah, but
I'll probably catch it later after that. I mean, we'll have watched it by the next time the Jugcast comes out.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. We'll have watched it by the next time the Jugcast comes out. I think I might wait a little bit because I don't want Peacock to fuck me up on this. I'm actually interested in some of these matches.
Are you gonna wait
So
until like Friday?
I might wait till Friday morning when I'm hitting the gym. You know, I'll just turn it on. When I work out, I put on wrestling. So
I'll probably just watch it like that afternoon then when I come home.
we'll see. We'll see. But what do we got to talk about next?
Now I got about Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Came out in 2005. 2005? Why does it feel like it came out earlier than that? I mean, you weren't born yet when the movie came out. Or were you? Where the hell was I when I saw this movie? It doesn't matter. I saw it in theaters. And it was like I knew of the Fantastic Four, but like they weren't really my favorite characters.
Yeah.
And they still aren't. You
Nope.
know, as much as I'd like to see a movie of the Fantastic Four, you know, done right, which I would assume that Marvel is probably going to get right on.
It's like, come on, guys.
You know, in my opinion, I don't know who's directing this movie, but in my opinion, if they're going to have somebody direct the new Fantastic Four movie that's supposed to be coming, I think they should get Brad Bird, who does the Incredibles movies.
Yeah.
He already works for Disney, as far as I can tell, or at least he has.
And the Incredibles is basically
the Fantastic Four.
So like
It's a family mentality movie of characters who have powers, practically almost the same powers. I think, you know, one is different from the rest.
he just has like he can run fast.
Yeah. You know, but other than that though, I'm like, this should be exactly this.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want. You know, let Brad Bird do the freaking Fantastic Four movie. Makes sense to me, in my opinion. But other than that, though, you know, let's get into this one. So, I'm a fan of how this movie starts.
Yeah.
It just starts.
I'm
You know, like there's no what the hell? There's no narration.
No hanging out in someone's garage for 5 hours.
Yeah, there's none of that crap. It's just like the opening theme, and then like it just shows Fantastic Four, and then boom, you're in the movie.
Yeah. Can't wait for the
You just end, and I'm like, okay, it just starts.
I'm like, yes, finally.
Yeah. You know, so hey, great. First shot, you see Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. He's played by his name is Eoin Gufford.
Yeah.
Look how his name is spelled. That's how you that it Eoin. Ioan. Look, far be it from me to make fun of somebody's name. I go by Gentleman Jugg. So
and I go by Son, and
Yeah.
sometimes and Son.
and son. You know, so look. And then you got Ben Grimm of at the time, I believe he was in the show called The Shield. I think that's how he got into this.
And later he got to be Captain Barnes in Gotham.
Yeah, he was in Gotham.
If
you know,
watch Gotham.
I mean, I did, but you know. But other than that, though, I mean, he's playing Ben Grimm, or he'll be the Thing when that happens, because you know it's going to happen. They spent forever making promotional material about this movie when it was coming out. So
Really?
Well, yeah, 2005. How old were you?
1.
Barely, if that. It came out in the summer, so you probably weren't even 1 yet. So, whatever. They're meeting this cat named Victor Von Doom, which I think they could make just a movie with just him, honestly.
Yeah.
But not this guy playing Dr. Doom.
If you can get a Black Adam movie, get a Dr. Doom movie.
Yeah, I think they should have a Dr. Doom movie. You know, I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Even if Flavor Flav was in it. You don't know who that is. Okay, I don't know. Even if Kanye West was in it. There you go. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so whatever. Victor Von Doom is played by this cat named Julian McMahon.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, and look, I do not like his Doctor Doom. at all whatsoever. His Doctor Doom really sucks.
But is it better than Fan Four Stick Doom?
Well, we'll make that assumption when we get there. We'll talk about that when we get to that point. But I know how Doctor Doom is supposed to act, and this is not that guy.
This ain't it, Chief.
This is not it. You know,
this ain't the Von Doom.
It's a no from me, dog. Oh, damn it, I'm fucking old. It's an American Idol joke. So anyways, they're having a meeting with Dr. Doom, who I'm just gonna call Doom from now on. And Reed Richards is trying to sit there and explain exactly how, they want to use his space station so that they can get some research out of a storm cloud that's coming from space. Okay, and Doom stops the meeting and starts to swindle him with the help of Sue Storm, who's played by Jessica Alba. There's a lot of controversy around this time about Jessica Alba playing Sue Storm. I don't really care what the controversy is. I never paid attention to it when it was going on. But as far as her playing Sue Storm, I didn't see it. I don't see it. She looks like Sue Storm in the fact that she has, blue contacts and she has bleach blonde hair and bleach blonde eyebrows. Okay. Jessica Alba is not naturally blonde in any way, shape, or form. And there's some people that can pull off blonde, and she is not one of them. It looked off to me. Maybe if the blonde, I don't know how to say it any other way. It's just that her blonde hair just didn't seem right in this movie for me. But Jessica Alba is gorgeous. She is very beautiful. It's a no from me, dog. So, I don't know. The way they're talking in this movie, apparently Sue and Reed in this movie, they've had a relationship and they broke up. And I guess neither one of them have gotten over it. And enter Johnny Storm, played by Captain America himself, Chris Evans. Now, I remember when he came out as the Human Torch, people were okay with him being Human Torch. And then when they were saying that he was going to be playing Captain America, people were like, wasn't he already a superhero? He gets to play another superhero?
For Marvel?
Yeah, well, it was for Marvel. He never went to DC, but that was the thing. He gets to play another one? What the fuck?
It was like, it'd be funny if they made a new Fantastic Four movie and they made him.
I think he's too old to do it now. I mean, at the time when he played Johnny Storm, I don't know anybody who could have done it better. Well, I probably think if I thought about it, I probably could figure out people who could do it better. But I mean, look, he was fine. He did the job serviceable.
Yeah.
He is blonde, although, you really can't tell in this movie. I mean, you can tell if you know how blonde people look, but I mean, he's like a dirty blonde.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. He's fine.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody but Jessica Alba, Sue Storm and Doctor Doom, their casting is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't like Vic Vaughn.
Yeah. So, of course, when Johnny Storm comes in, he's like doing the stereotypical, at the time, the bad boy thing where he's riding a motorcycle. In this one, he's riding a motorcycle, kissing a girl, which is fine. But like all the bad boys of this time period were doing that shit, wearing a leather jacket, and he's no different here. I don't know if it started with him. It sure as hell didn't end with him. So
no,
but we'll keep going as soon as we come right back. And we're back.
And Sun's back.
Well, that should constitute in the fact that we said we are back. So like I was saying, so the movie kind of starts getting going, and the characters are getting into their Fantastic Four suits, and like I say, they make him a point to show Sue Storm in her costume, and yes, she has good curves and looks hot. You know, don't hate it. Don't hate it at all. So, while on the ship, all these characters doing all the little character stories, just for general world building and shit like that. Like Doctor Doom, like freaking like proposes to Sue Storm.
Like on top of planet Earth.
Yeah, Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm are going off doing their thing, and Reed is doing his thing, which is math and science. So
So I just have a question for you.
yeah.
In the comics, does Doctor Doom actually like Sue Storm?
I think he had at one point. Um, but I know that one of their kids was named by Doctor Doom because he saved, I believe, Sue Storm's life while she was pregnant
Mm-hmm.
with their kids. But the person who's really liked Sue Storm has really been Namor.
The Submariner.
Yeah, he's been the one who's really been infatuated with her. I think Doctor Doom did at one point. I don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure, but I know Namor did for damn sure. I think he still does. So,
Will he ever get a movie?
I hope so. I like to see him. Little fucking Vegeta Aquaman.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty dope.
put him in the MCU.
Yeah,
I guess if Venom can be there, so can he.
yeah. He's owned by Universal, so not anytime soon.
No.
As soon as they have more likely getting Hulk than Namor.
Yep.
That's what it seems like, anyways. So, anyways, whatever. So, 11 minutes into this movie, the freaking Cloud comes in and gives all these guys their powers.
Yep.
Like, this is quick. Usually you're like 30, 45 minutes in before characters get their powers.
Or if you watch a certain other movie, you're like an hour, like
almost the end of the movie. So, but it is what it is. They get their powers and then they end up back on Earth. And apparently they've been all knocked out for like 3 days. They wake up and, it's like the quirky things kind of start happening.
Yep.
Like Johnny Storm is like, I'm going to go skiing, even though he's in a facility. I'm like, nobody there can stop you.
He's like, nah, don't stop
You're in a government facility, apparently, and no one can stop you from going outside and skiing. You even got a helicopter. So,
He's like, yeah, nah, no one stopped me.
Yeah, I just went outside and was like, hey, copter me, son. And they took me out to the highest freaking thing and let me ski. Of course, they all start kind of changing.
It's just funny.
Well, I didn't think it was funny. I think it wasn't funny to me when I saw it. It was goofy.
Yeah, I just see Mr. Fantastic like, oh, look, I can stretch.
He didn't say that at all. I don't know. It's like Sue Storm is talking to him and she turns invisible. And he's like, look at your hands. And she freaks out. And then, as one would, and she knocks over a bottle and his arm stretches out and catches that bottle. And look, okay, the CGI it was fine for the time, okay? It's not really good right now. But at the time, this was cutting edge, okay? At the time, this was good shit, okay? And, like I think we had this conversation before about me and people who like to complain about CGI. The CGI in this movie was fine for the time. It obviously does not hold up at all. But whatever, you go out there and make something better, okay? So I don't know. Johnny Storm gets his powers in like the stupidest way, and like he shows off him getting his powers in the stupidest way possible to me.
He's like skiing, and then
he's skiing. They're going down the hill. And then he starts catching fire. And the girl he's with is like, hey, you're on fire. And he's like, yeah, thank you. I know. And she's like, no, you are literally on fire. And then he's like, oh, shit. And, he starts freaking out and, not paying attention to his skiing as one would. and then he catches completely on fire and then kind of flies into, I want to say, a snowbank.
Yeah.
And in the snowbank, he's completely naked.
Yep.
And it's basically a hot tub. And the girl said, like, he goes to the girl, like, he looks at the girl and he says, "You care to join me?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "No, no, this is stupid." Okay. A guy literally just freaking caught on fire, kind of flew into a freaking snowbank,
And it turned into like a hot tub.
turned it into a hot tub. And the first thing you want to do is bang this guy. You should be going like you are a professional woman. I mean, even though I guess she's not, because she's out there skiing when she should be at work.
Yep.
And she has sex with this guy in a hot tub, and then he comes back wearing her freaking jacket. Like, how'd you get back? Like, you walked all the way back through the snow with just that jacket on?
Yep. Yeah, bro.
And then when you got there, you didn't freaking say, "Hey, listen, obviously, I need more than this jacket."
He's like, nah, we're good.
I'm just gonna walk around and show my abs.
Yeah.
But look, I'm working on trying to get abs as well. All right. And I'm getting there. It sucks because I hate working out, but I'm getting there.
Now look, I'm
Okay.
not there.
And if I had the same abs that he has in that movie, I'd probably be walking around in a freaking girl's jacket, ski jacket as well. Okay.
It's like
Just because I can.
you would just
And I'm not against it. I mean, look, I know why they did that. We all know nobody is stupid here. Okay. But the deal is that, I live in the real world, and in the real world, after a while, you'd be like, "Hey, listen. Um, I need you to be comfortable with all of this," to the first person he sees,
Yeah.
because now you need their help right away, right?
Yeah.
And I need you to, get me some clothes in this facility.
You wouldn't just be walking around like, oh, I don't need no clothes.
Like it's no big deal.
Be like, it's all right. Be like, oh, sorry, I forgot my abs are showing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly right.
He's like, oh, sorry, did my abs get in your way?
I know. So, I don't know. Reed Richards comes to the conclusion that storm infected their powers. And it's like, well, no shit, okay?
He's like, I think I came to the conclusion.
So the question is like, hey, how's Ben doing? What's going to happen with Ben? And apparently he's been in his room just freaking, just dying of COVID. So
he eats some fish and he goes in his room. He's like,
yeah, starts fucking throwing up and freaking out and shit like that. And then, then I guess he turns into the thing and it blows out of his room.
COVID turned him into the thing.
It's basically, pretty much, So it's like, whatever. This movie's going super fast. All that I've explained that took me that long to explain took place in 20 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it is better than going by super slow, though.
Yeah. And so, it's not bad. I like the pacing of it.
Yeah.
So far, but you can kind of see a quick scene of what's going on with Doom, and basically he's turning into Electric Magneto, which I don't recall him ever having powers at all in the comics.
I remember he had a suit, but I don't think it's part of them.
Well, yeah, he's basically like Iron Man. I think Dr. Doom should be an Iron Man villain. That's who I think, because they're basically the same person.
Yeah.
Just one went evil.
Yeah, makes more sense. He should be an Iron Man villain,
in my opinion, but he's really more of a Fantastic Four villain because he's also the second smartest person in the universe. So
because Reed's the first.
Yeah, Reed's number 1, he's number 2. So like I say, the CGI isn't that bad, but it is dated. And then Ben, or the Thing, now he goes to see his. I guess he's married. That might be his wife. He goes to see her, and of course, she freaks out, and then she almost gets hit by a car, which I don't know why that made me jump out and start laughing right away.
Yeah.
I laughed right at the screen.
Yeah, me too. I was like, ah.
So it is what it is. So later on, like it's like really quickly, it's like almost 30 minutes into the movie, some more action, quote, action happens. Ben is on the Brooklyn Bridge looking to see what's going on. And then
Like
I like
and then a pigeon poops on his shoulder.
yeah, pigeon shits on his shoulder, and then he's like, "Yeah, whatever, appreciate it." And then there's a guy kind of like looking at him, like he gets freaked out, like he's gonna commit suicide from what I can tell. He sees the thing and he gets freaked out. Now he wants to live all of a sudden. It's like you should have just jumped. What? Who cares what that is?
He's like, you want to die, so just jump.
In my opinion, suicide's not a joke, but this guy came to do a job.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the thing is trying to, help him, save him. And what ends up happening is that he ends up, what's the word? Falling into traffic.
Yeah.
And, of course, the thing jumps out and he's like, tries to stop him. He could have literally just grabbed him and jumped off of the bridge. He has super strength and he knows it, but whatever. He decides to go ahead and head first into a freaking semi and stop it.
And just causes just an entire accident.
Yeah. Just causes a huge accident. Now, the rest of the Fantastic Four are going to where they think he is, and I guess he lives in Brooklyn, so they have to go across the Brooklyn Bridge. So, traffic stops them, and then they have to figure out a reason. They have to figure out a way to get past all the people that are blocking the traffic. So, what is Reed's big smart guy plan?
It's like, Sue, turn invisible.
Yeah, and take your clothes off too, otherwise you look weird.
Like, what?
And I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense because then like immediately, like they take her clothes and like run around the side. And she's like, "Why'd you make me do that?" He's like, "We got through, didn't we?" I'm like, "Yeah, but you all could have ran to the side. Like, you and Johnny ran. Like, they saw you all to come together. She turned invisible. And then you freaking, like, she stripped her clothes off. And then you guys ran to the side with her clothes."
Reed's like, I don't know.
And, like, I felt for Johnny, because he's like, why am I seeing my sister do this?
He's like, I need therapy.
Yeah, which I'm like, I think she needs more therapy than you do, though, because she had to streak naked, invisible,
And
just to get to the other side that she didn't. And then you find out she didn't have to do that at all.
And then she like appeared in front of the people for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, well, that's because they wanted to see her naked, because hot girls have to be naked. Right? So, whatever. So, hijinks ensue, something blows up and Sue Storm uses her powers to stop the explosion. Johnny didn't do anything. And then Reed Richards, he freaking saves a guy. And, they're heroes, even though, the thing is the one who caused it. But whatever.
They're heroes.
Heroes, so that's when they immediately get called the Fantastic Four by the news. It's not, I mean, I guess if they're going to call themselves the Fantastic Four, it might as well go ahead and freaking,
most heroes get their names from the news anyway.
Yeah, might as well have the news do it. Superman.
Except Batman. Well, I think he named himself that, didn't he?
I think I mean, I don't think he went to the, well, I mean, if you look at the 89 Batman movie, he called himself Batman, but I don't know if he's ever said that to like the criminals, like, in the comics, like, I'm Batman, to scare the fuck out of them.
Well, I know there was the one cover that says, I'm the goddamn Batman.
Yeah, he does say that. And it's hilarious. Even though it's a stupid story, but that line to me was hilarious. So whatever. So a couple things. I guess Reed owns a building.
Yeah, the Baxter building.
Yeah, in New York.
Yep.
Now, they were telling us that he is
Poor.
poor. Like he has like 100, like he needs like $20 million. Apparently, with Victor Von Doom's deal, he's going to get like probably $250 million if the thing works, which it didn't. You know, but I'm like, dude, you own a building
In New York.
in New York. Like, I mean, is that
He's poor.
they keep saying he's poor.
He's poor, man. He should own 2 buildings.
It's like if you if he sold that building, he could get like a smaller facility, right?
Yeah,
I mean, is the whole building being used for Fantastic Four stuff?
I guess so.
Like every floor.
Yep. I don't remember Avengers Tower being used for that.
Right.
Like Avengers Tower, like the other floors were just Stark Industries.
Yeah. So whatever. I don't know how he's poor again. Then Ben says, it's been we had a bad 9 years. But I'm like, in this story, they had been broken up for Reed and Sue have been broken up for 2 years.
9 years.
Yeah. So did Sue not know this?
Did Reed not know this?
I don't know. Well, Reed definitely knew it. He's the one who's been suffering. But it's like sell the building, get a smaller facility, and then you're good.
Like, no, I have to be poor.
It is what it is. So I guess the Fantastic Four came here because Reed is going to find a cure to get them all changed back. You know, I mean, you can tell right away Johnny Storm does not want to lose his powers.
Yeah,
But I'm like, everybody else can kind of see the benefit of having powers.
except maybe the Thing.
Yeah, except for the Thing. He's big, strong, and he's ugly. I mean, even though his costume is cool here, I actually kind of like this costume.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to CGI him like that other movie, if you're not going to CGI him, this was not a bad costume.
This was. I mean, I kind of like this more than the other movie a little bit.
That other one.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about that other one anymore.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. So, so of course, Doom is showing his true colors, and like I say, he doesn't have the personality that Doom should have. This Doom is like, like a vanity type of guy, not a guy who's like exponentially smart. Now, Doom is a vain guy and he's a narcissist, and that's one of the reasons why he has the mask. Because a minuscule scar makes him see like he's not perfect. This guy, he's upset by it, but he's not like that upset.
He's like, it's just a scar. He's like, but he sees the metal. I gotta put some gloves on.
Yeah, it just doesn't work for me. This guy playing Doom, I just don't like it. He's terrible at it. Get up closer to the mic.
Oh yeah.
I'm here to decide. Yeah. It's just not, his Doom's not working for me.
It's funny when I first saw this movie and had no idea who the Fantastic Four are. I'm like, who's this guy? Metal Man?
Right? Look, like I said, it doesn't work for me.
Man, and then I figure out that's supposed to be Doctor Doom? That guy?
That guy. That guy.
Well, like, it could be worse.
So, and then I wrote this. The characters have to try to live life with powers while Reed figures out a cure, and crazy hijinks ensue.
And Sue.
Yeah. I don't know. I put ensue, but Apple auto corrected me to say issue. So I don't know. Maybe I spelled ensue wrong. It's like, you meant to say issue. I'm like, no, I really meant to say ensue, but whatever. So I don't know. Dr. Doom goes to see his doctor, and that doctor says that he needs to be on quarantine, so he kills that doctor.
He's like, no, I spread the coronavirus.
Like, I think I'm gonna go get a second opinion. Which I'm like, look, you're exactly right, son. Like, no, I need to spread the virus.
He's like, I gotta spread it.
Or
it's like, you're wrong. You can't make me do that.
Can't make me do it.
Like,
but whatever. So
he says he needs a second opinion, but he's looking at like his hands are literally metal now.
Yeah,
I'm like, sure, man,
And of
sure.
course, he kills this doctor in his doctor's office, so I guess there's no consequences. Hey,
No,
who was his last patient? Oh, it's Victor Von Doom. And now the guy's dead?
well, it wasn't him. It was probably some other
Some
guy.
other guy who saw him after. Maybe Doom came out and was like, hey, there's a dead guy in there. And then stop, stop, stop. That's dumb. Okay. And like I said, the middle of the movie is really filler and no action. Like nothing was happening.
Nope.
I
Just
saw a scene where Reed Richards had a team of people in the Baxter building working on his problem. A team,
yep.
which means that he's giving salaries to a team of people.
Oh, he's poor.
Yeah, he's obviously poor. His business is suffering.
Yeah.
And a lot more is just exposition of Doom talking to himself as he does evil things. He kills another guy in a freaking parking lot. So,
But it's not even the cool talking to yourself like Green Goblin. It's the
yeah, it's boring. It's really terrible. It's awful.
And of course, like all supervillains do in a company, he loses his.
Yeah, he's losing his company. This is the reason why he's killing this. This is the whole problem. Okay, so Doom's plan here is that since Reed Richards, had a plan to help him make another $1 billion. That plan failed.
Yep.
Okay, and that caused this company to start to lose value. I guess it's called Doom Industries. I don't remember seeing the name of his company, but
I don't remember him having a company.
I wouldn't put it past me if he did have a company or not. But whatever the case is, his company's stocks are now in free fall, according to them, and they're expecting Doom to, in a week, bring the stock price back up. Which I don't know if you know how stocks work, but that's not it.
Yeah.
And so his goal is to figure out how to get money back into his company. But the guy who is like head of the board, that's not him, um, pulled his funds and his backers out of Doom's company. So Doom's company is in free fall of everything else,
Okay.
losing more money. So he's gonna kill this guy because why?
Because evil.
I mean, like, what, you think that the transactions aren't going to happen just because the guy died? He probably already put the transactions into place and it's still going to happen.
Yeah, but then Doom decides, you know what? I'm gonna play with the lights a little bit first, like
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, he flicks the lights off and on like the freaking what is that group in WWE?
Retribution.
Retribution. I keep wanting to say revenge. I don't know.
Good old Retribution.
Retribution. He keeps doing that before he kills a guy, and I'm just like, all right. He blows a hole through him, so I guess that's kind of cool.
I'm like, yeah.
I was all right with that. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, but whatever.
Electro Doom.
Yeah. So we're just gonna get to the third act. All right. There's just so much filler and it's ridiculous.
I mean, there's even like this one scene where like the Thing is just like, you went out with Sue instead of helping me fix my machine.
Yeah. Well, why'd you say it like that? Yeah, we're getting there. The thing is that like the Thing is dealing with a life where he can't control his strength, so he's like trying to like figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
But he still looks, like him, so he's like really, really hurting. So while he's out eating some, I guess, IHOP,
Yep.
because it was pancakes, right? Doom comes up to him and is like, hey, listen, I can help you out with the fucking machine.
It's like,
so we can get it going.
It's like, just don't question why I'm wearing gloves inside.
Yeah.
Or why this giant scar on my head is turning into the color of metal.
Yeah. So another part of Doom's plan is that he's going, okay, this is his whole plan from how I see it. So Doom is going to go to the Thing to convince him to change back so that way he can kill Reed Richards to be with Sue.
I guess.
Is that the plan?
I guess.
I mean, that's what I saw.
Like, it seems like it. Or just revenge or something.
Revenge for what? He said he wanted power and he got it.
Oh, well, then I guess it's just kill
So
Sue.
I was like, what is his motivation? I'm going to kill Reed so that I can freaking marry Sue. But she already said no. And, killing Reed isn't going to freaking make her say yes, right? So.
I don't know. The metal's got him talking crazy. The metal making him crazy.
Yeah, so whatever. So Reed and Sue go on a date because he has to relax for a second. They come back and Ben is rightfully upset because he did say till my dying breath, I'm gonna figure this out.
To my dying breath, you're gonna figure this out. He's like, but you instead chose to play skee ball.
Yeah. So they fight, family breaks up, Johnny doesn't want to be at the house, blah 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 blah. Exposition. So
Expo.
finally the action starts with Reed using the machine on himself and almost dying.
Yep.
So, of course, Doom removes, Ben's powers and turns him back into Ben. And then he slaps him into the corner, which, of course he can. If he's super strong, he can definitely do that.
I mean, if you wanted to be sure, you could have killed him, but who does that?
Yeah, it's going to leave him there. I would have went over and freaking killed him, then gave him a couple more, double taps to the head with my electrical powers.
I would have blown a hole in him like he did to that guy in the parking lot.
He's just a regular guy, right?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Just make sure he's dead.
Yeah.
But villains never do that.
Yeah, they don't do that shit.
They either knock you in the corner, assume you're dead, shoot you one time, and assume that's all it took.
Yeah.
Or they just leave before you can die.
Like, look, I'll double tap a dude right in the head. With my gun.
Yeah.
So Ben is taken out by Doom, and so Mr. Fantastic is supposed to be next. And what ends up happening is that he ends up putting on his Dr. Doom costume. He sees that he has scars all over his face. He gets a little upset, and he puts on the freaking Dr. Doom mask. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this is the shittiest Dr. Doom costume. The second shittiest Dr. Doom costume I've ever seen. Actually, no. It is the third shittiest Dr. Doom costume I've ever seen. Before this Fantastic Four movie, this isn't the first one.
Yeah.
There's another one, and that one is shitty. But it is the second shittiest compared to that other one.
Because we know that other one, though.
That other one is shitty as balls. I hated that costume.
I hated that other one, too.
Yeah. But, so, he gets his final costume and attempts to kill the rest of the four by shooting a heat-seeking missile at the building, which prompts Johnny Storm to jump off of the building and finally say, flame on, so he can fly.
Yeah.
And he flies, and look, he looks cool. It looks cool. I don't hate it.
All while he's freezing Reed Richards up.
Yeah, he's freezing Reed Richards because apparently Reed is like rubber.
He's like, even though now that he's frozen, I can shoot him with my lightning.
Yeah.
But he's like, nah, Reed, you gotta freeze. And Reed's like, oh, okay.
He didn't say anything, but
he's like,
I don't know. I don't know why he couldn't just blow a hole through Reed Richards either, but whatever.
This is not. See, Dr. Doom.
I mean, look. Okay, look. Rubber does conduct electricity to an extent as well. It's how Spider-Man beats Electro.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe he has to freaking freeze Reed Richards, then he can blow a hole through him.
Or, just grab a gun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically twice that Doom had the chance to kill members of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, and he just didn't do it because villains are stupid.
Especially this one.
Yeah. So Doom fights Sue. And I still hate the Doom costume. I hate this character Doom in this movie. I hate him. I really do.
This character is doomed.
Yeah, he is. And this fight was even boring to me for the time.
Yeah.
And so when finally all the characters are free and have all their powers, and the Thing comes back as the Thing, they fight. It's just your basic 2005 CGI action scene with characters that have powers.
They never explain how Thing got back there, but I guess
yeah, they did.
Oh,
he went back and turned the Thing on.
Oh, I thought he needed Doom's power to do it.
Well, you would think right. I don't know how he turned the machine back on. I don't even think he knew how to do it, but whatever, he did it, and he came back as the Thing. And it is what it is. So what? They fight, they beat Doom, and then
And Reed Richards like, time for your history lesson, Doom, or science lesson.
yeah, it's a science lesson.
he's like, I'm gonna freeze you, so he froze him.
Well, he heated him up with Johnny Storm, and then he then he had the thing crush a fire hydrant, and then the fire hydrant shoots water. Reed turns into like a water hose and freezes Doom. Look, it's fine.
It's all right.
I don't really care.
I mean, Lego games, I've seen Reed turns like a pickle.
Pickle Reed.
Yeah.
Like I said, this movie is it's the action scenes are done for the time.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure people probably liked it. I'm not one of them.
No.
The movie ends with, Reed proposing to Sue. She's saying yes, and then what is it? Johnny Storm pulls a prank on the thing and then flies into the sky and makes a giant 4.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They may actually get an end credit scene too.
Yeah, small little end credit scene of just Doom's body going back to Latveria.
Like, cool.
Whatever.
All right, cool. We'll send back their leader.
Yeah, not my fave of the Fantastic Four movies, but it's fine.
I think I like this one because I know there can be worse. That's the only reason why I like it. It's like,
you liked it?
No, I didn't like it. I think it's fine. It's not as bad as of other things I've seen from the Fantastic Four.
Look, the movie's fine. Okay. For a superhero origin story movie, it's fine. It I guess they had boxes to check and they checked a lot of them.
Yep.
Okay. So what are you going to do with that information? It's
fine.
It's fine. Okay. And so for me, it gets the highest, and I cannot emphasize this enough, the highest 2 that I can give it.
I'll go with a high 2 as well.
Yeah. It just the movie is not awful. It's stupid. There are a lot of stupid things in it,
but there can be worse.
Yeah. And there is worse. But I mean, we're not talking about that right now. We'll get there when we get there.
This is just a random thought, but I just thought we need a good Fantastic Four movie so that we can rate it a 4.
God. There is a "you're an asshole" joke, but that's beneath me. Maybe I should rate that joke a 4. I don't know. So you give it a 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it a 2 as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and call this an episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys like this episode. Give us the stars or all the high ratings at whatever you're listening to it on. I promise you I don't see those. Hey, I've been putting my podcast out on YouTube, so check that out.
If you missed one,
I guess. Well, I mean, it's taken a while because of just the process of me trying to do that. I didn't know how long it's going to take me to do this kind of thing, and I figured it out. And now it's really not. I could have gotten all of them done in like a day, but I've been so damn lazy with trying to freaking get the other videos out. Actually, I've been getting out a lot of YouTube videos on the Gentleman Jugg channel. Putting out a post a day on freaking Twitter, which is at Gentleman Jugg, and on Instagram, which is also at Gentleman Jugg. So I've been busy. I didn't realize how much time consuming this job is going to be.
I mean, I don't really see that much time because all I'm here is just sharing my voice.
Yeah, you're not there for the rest.
No.
Where, oh my God, it takes so much time. I didn't know how long editing would take. I've gotten a hell of a whole lot better at it, but I just didn't realize how long that shit would take. Just incredibly so much time. But that's enough complaining from me. Okay. We'll talk to you guys on the next one, and that'll be ready
when it's ready.